The Mazda CX-5 was officially our favorite compact crossover until a few months ago when the latest Honda CR-V swooped in and stole our inaugural 10 Best Trucks and SUVs award for the category. Even in its old age, the Mazda gave the more refined and practical Honda a run for our votes for the 10 Best Compact Crossover prize. However, that's how fun it is to drive. Now Mazda has redesigned the CX-5, adding refinement to the suspension, gifting the Cuve more technology, and installing a classier, more practical interior, addressing the few areas that we had noted could use improvement in the outgoing model. Game on! With more or less the same pentagon-shaped grille, swept-back headlights, and athletic proportions as before, the 2017 CX-5 might not seem all that different to the casual observer. Look closer, and Mazda tightened up the headlights into slimmer, squintier shapes, canted the grille forward slightly, and gave the rear fenders a more pronounced shoulder-like appearance. Everything you see and touch is new inside and out, even if a heavily revised version of the old CX-5's architecture lurks underneath. Mazda stiffened the CX-5's structure by 15% and added a rash of new sound attenuating measures, extra seals for the doors and additional absorption material to quiet the cabin at speed and reduce impact noise over bumps, both among our quibbles with the old CX-5. The underbody paneling was expanded to cover more of the chassis and now is made of a sound-insulating felt-like material. Elements of the cargo area trim similarly underwent a switch from hard plastic to carpeted pieces to reduce noise reverberation throughout the interior, and the windshield is thicker. We could outline every last highly detail-oriented measure Mazda took to silence the smallest noises. There are many, but we'll just give the result. The car seems notably quieter. To be fair, the previous CX-5 set the bar low enough in this regard that the model now is merely in line with the segment average. We'll know more precisely when we measure noise levels ourselves. What remains above the segment standard is the way the CX-5 moves down the road. Mazda told us the goal in tuning the new CX-5's suspension was for it to match the old one's athleticism. Where many other crossovers lean and flop, the Mazda carves a cleaner path with well-controlled body movements and genuinely sprightly handling. Keen to smooth out a ride that was previously on the firm side, Mazda says it now allows softer initial bump and body roll compliance from the front dampers by reducing the unit's friction. It also fits hydraulic bushings to the front lower suspension arms. Both tweaks introduce a newfound suppleness to the CX-5's ride quality, with the wheels cycling quickly over or into lumps and cracks in the road without tossing the body around. To make sure the aforementioned didn't dilute the CX-5's athleticism, Mazda now rigidly mounts the steering rack to the subframe and employs its G-vectoring control technology that enhances steering response through subtle engine torque manipulation. Essentially, as you steer into a corner, engine management software automatically reduces torque ever so slightly to induce a tiny load transfer to the front axle, thus eliminating any compliance in the suspension and allowing very precise driver inputs. The electrically assisted steering setup sneaks some feedback to the driver's hands, and the brakes work with a direct and reassuring feel.